What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Swanky Disc Golf. Today we are talking understable drivers. These are our 5 favorite understable drivers. This is going to include all ranges of speeds from 6-speed all the way up to 12-speed. This is a really hot topic right now in the world of disc golf. We are looking out for amateurs, so we have some newer discs in here, some older discs, and we want to bring you guys our 5 favorite understable drivers. Obviously, I preface almost every list by saying there's hundreds and hundreds of understable drivers out there. We're going to list our 5 favorites, a few honorable mentions, but be sure to go in the comments and let us know what your favorite understable driver is. We want to create a place where people can find new discs and, talk about it. All right, starting at number 5. This is the Innova Leopard. So the Leopard is sick. The numbers are 6.5, -2, 1. Probably one of the more beginner-friendly and well-known understable drivers out there. It is a 6-speed, so it is the very, very entry point to drivers. For any amateur, for any beginner, if you're looking for your absolute first driver, it's the Leopard. But as you grow as a disc golfer into more amateur, higher-level amateurs, these are still absolutely fantastic for shot shaping. If you get them in more premium plastics like this one, this is a Foundation Christmas 150 gram Leopard. It's a ton of fun, first of all. But second of all, Innova, of course, makes some pretty awesome premium plastic. This has the kind of like Blizzard bubbly rim, which makes it feel even more understable. Incredible driver, extremely beginner friendly. Like I said, if you're an absolute beginner, first driver, trying to get more distance, this is your thing. If you're an amateur, you're going to find shot shaping in the woods is going to be a lot easier with this thing. Effortless throws. We talk a lot about trying to get something where you're going to get just effortless S-turn out of it. This is the definition of that. This one's special because it's 150 grams, but any Leopard, obviously DX Leopards are going to beat in really quickly. If you don't know, Innova's very base plastic DX. I wouldn't strongly recommend those. If it is your very first disc ever, great, but those are going to break in half. They're going to bend. They're going to chip. Get yourself a premium plastic Leopard, which is still going to be pretty cheap, and it's going to fly incredible for you. That's number 5 on the list.
All right, we have more understable drivers for you, but before we get into them, we want to thank the sponsor of today's video, Renew Disc Golf. Renew Disc Golf had the biggest glow up ever in 2025. They went from their EcoPack 1s, which were extremely fun and different, a unique splash in the disc golf market. But going from this, they couldn't really control the colors. You see how it's kind of blocked off. They were getting a lot of recycled material in and just using whatever they had. They go from that to this beautiful new sailcloth. They've got 3 colors. Mine is the black one. We have the purple one from Luke. We've got a blue one as well, and you can now choose your color. The recycled sailcloth is super durable, and that's potentially the biggest upgrade from the EcoPack 1 to the EcoPack 2. They've got plenty of storage, holding somewhere between 24 and 27 discs. Plenty for us amateurs out there, guys. We don't need to be hauling 40 discs around the course. The bonus of that is they are super lightweight as well, super comfortable to carry around, and the durability of the back cushion is one of my favorite pieces. This huge back cushion makes it unbelievably comfortable to carry around the course. So guys, if you want to get your own EcoPack 2, you can head over to renewdiscgolf.com, RENU discgolf.com. In the link in the description, you're going to get 10% off with our link, so go check it out and get you an EcoPack today. All right, now on to number 4. All right, number 4, from an oldie to a newie, still a goodie, the DD from Discmania, 11.6, -3.2, so we're taking it way up the scale in speed, but now you're starting to really access the success that you can have as a beginner disc golfer with understability and distance shots. This is one of Discmania's drops from 2023. They really figured out their S-line plastic before this was released. This is an absolutely money mold, super easy distance. If your arm speed is a little bit higher, you're gonna get insane distance with starting on hyzer and just getting that full flat to glide. The 6 glide really comes into play on the turn, guys. You can get huge turning right shots with these. As you grow in your skill, you are going to end up finding that this probably tickles the more understable end of distance drivers. At least it does for me. But I feel like it's still a super usable disc. Even throwing flat and getting that total right turn the entire way. It doesn't want to burn. It doesn't want to be a roller. It does want to stay in the air, and that 6 glide plays in. It's just super comfortable forehand, touch forehand or power backhand. We like it for everything, so definitely deserved a spot on the list at number 4.
Coming in at number 3 for our favorite understable drivers, I recommend this one to people all of the time. Our good friends over at Trash Panda put out the Ozone. The Ozone is going to come in at 8.6-3.1. Any of you who follow Jesse over at Trash Panda and his team on YouTube will know their sort of marketing tagline for this disc was "Throw the Fun Line." This is one that you can rip on a decent amount of hyzer as an amateur and get a full flight and a finish to the right. Absolutely fantastic. If you're a slower arm speed, this is going to be a great straight shooter for you. Very comfortable. This is my personal favorite disc in the entire Trash Panda lineup. Super excited for the discs that they're coming out with in the future. If any of you don't know and have never heard of this, here's your introduction. This is a fully recycled disc that is coming from a locally owned business from a YouTuber, Jesse, at Trash Panda. Started making discs in his garage and now has a full-fledged company making recycled discs. Fully recycled plastic, and they fly incredible. So, get you an Ozone 8-speed. It's also just got some of the coolest marketing and stuff like that. I absolutely love it. Can't recommend it enough at number 3.
All right, number 2. In the best plastic on the market, the Castaplast Falk. This one in a beautiful translucent K1. But don't let me sell you on the plastic. We're here to talk about the mold. Okay, just kidding. I'm going to talk about the plastic. This is ranking very highly on our list, partly because it comes in K1, which is widely regarded as one of, if not the best plastics on the market. I absolutely love it. It is far and away my favorite plastic. Sure, there have been some recent competitors, like the Royal line from Latitude 64 is also very good, Royal Grand Plastic. But the Falcon K1 is hard to beat as far as a 9-speed understable. This is a more controlled understability than some of the other discs on our list. Definitely a faster Leopard if you had to compare it to something already on the list. But I think even less understable than that. Generally, this is a pretty straight flyer with, if thrown flat, really decent turn. Able to shape shots with this disc still, but definitely not a disc you're going to pull out to throw a roller with. Definitely not a disc that's going to burn on you anytime you overpower it. This is just a reliable, understable flyer that's supposed to go far, really straight. The Falk flies forever. If you know one, if you've had one before, you know the 6 glide. Again, I'll say it. It's real. It's probably more real with the Falk than any other disc. This thing just goes. Definitely check it out. If you have never thrown a Castaplast disc, now's your excuse. Go buy this one in K1 and you will not regret it. That's number 2.
Before we jump into number 1, we have a couple of honorable mentions. Something that is probably our literal favorite understable fairway driver is the Discmania Essence. My only issue with the Essence is that sometimes they don't come out understable. Just straight up. I'm going to tell you, you might get a pink Essence that is overstable and flies like a T-bird. But if you get yourself the right Essence, Discmania's plastic is incredible, and the flight you get out of this 8-speed understable fairway driver is wild. Super nice. Not so understable like something like the Ozone, but understable enough to get a really cool flight, and we absolutely love Discmania. We love the Essence. It's just a little tricky to find one super understable like the numbers suggest. That's why it didn't quite make the list. I also want to shout out Prodigy. One thing that Prodigy does do very well that we've mentioned before on the channel is understable drivers. Prodigy has a massive lineup of understable drivers. Some highlights are the F7. The F7 is probably the most usable understable driver they have, and it's still very understable. If you want one of just the most understable discs on the planet, the F9, crazy what you can do with this thing. Really fun. But they also have their hybrid series, their H series. There's a lot of fun understable discs there. So shout out to Prodigy. Then there's a few distance drivers we ended up not including, such as the Thrasher from Discraft, the Curl from Lone Star. There's a few discs that we really do like. We even bagged them, but they just didn't quite crack our top 5 absolute favorites. I also want to remind you guys to subscribe to the channel, like the video if you're enjoying the content. We post new videos every single week. Again, let us know in the comments what we missed, what is your favorite driver, and don't forget to follow us on Instagram, also our Swanky Disc Golf Show podcast. You guys can find us all over the place for extra disc golf content. Now, into number 1, we're talking about 8 speeds because we absolutely love them. The Mint Discs Jackalope. I've said several times on this channel now, Mint Discs is possibly the most underrated company out there. It's starting to get more appreciation, but it's MVP plastic in these beautiful molds, the Jackalope being our favorite. The numbers on the Jackalope are 8.5, -2.1, but it's got plenty of glide. You're gonna get a ton of distance out of this. This is one of our favorites as really like MA2, MA1 players. We're getting a ton of distance out of this in the woods, very controllable. Just the right stability to also be able to throw straight. You can get a really good flip up and straight flight out of this if you control it, but you can also get that full S flight. Just a really controllable disc, really good plastic. Let us know what you think in the comments below. We'll see you in the next one. Stay swanky.